Nicolai, hvordan har den her uge været? Om på forstart?
Men altså, det er jo ikke den bedste periode i Brøndby lige nu. Men altså, for at være ærlig, har stemningen været positiv, som den skal være. Og der er ikke panik på nogen måde. Jeg synes vi er gode sammen, og vi har haft nogle gode snakke i omklædningsrummet. Og kigget på kampen, og ved, at vi kan gøre det bedre. Og det er det, som der er meget positivt.
Du nævnte efter den seneste kamp, det her med, at du måske godt kunne forstå, hvis det var uinspirerende at kigge på udefra. Hvad har I ligesom talt om for at få rettet op på det jo ikke skal være i forhold til, at det ikke skal være uinspirerende at kigge på?
Jamen, det har vi egentlig også snakket om før kampen. Vi har egentlig snakket lidt det hele igennem. Positivt selvfølgelig, at vi ikke lukker så mange mål ind i øjeblikket, men at vi skal være bedre til at skabe chancer op foran. Og det gælder egentlig både de offensive spillere, men også alle de andre. Så det har vi kigget på, og så har vi øvet os på træningsbanen.
Hvordan er det altså med den form, I ligesom kommer fra nu, og så skulle være direkte ind i FC Midtjylland, der er jo buller afsted?
Men Midtjylland er et andet sted end os lige nu, kan man sige, og er godt kørende, men vi har snakket om det, og jeg synes også, det er en fed mulighed. Og vi plejer, og vi har ofte gode kampe derovre, gode resultater med hjem, så vi glæder os, og som jeg siger, så er det en fed mulighed at møde et godt fodboldhold, som vel også er favoritter i mange øjne, så det bliver en fed kamp, og vi glæder os.
Hvor skal I gøre ondt på dem henne, hvis det skal lykkes for jer at tage point?
Vi har ikke kigget så meget på dem endnu, men de vil gerne spille aggressivt og blive noget højt pres og spille mand-mand, og der skal vi være dygtige, og så tror vi også, der ligger en masse gode muligheder.
Du lagde nogle billeder på Instagram forleden, hvor der stod, det var lidt sådan en Andreas Maxøsk vibe, jeg fik, at vi rejser os sammen. Prøv lige at sætte lidt ord på din egen rolle også nu. Du bærer inden for bindet i søndag, så sådan noget, altså, hvor meget du prøver at tage ansvar for det her, altså at vinde det her.
Jeg prøver så godt som jeg kan, jeg gør alt hvad jeg kan sammen med alle andre, jeg bærer anførbindet ofte, og det betyder ikke, at det er mig, som skal løfte alene, og det var, jeg tror også, det var det, jeg prøvede sådan at signalere, udover at vi snakker sammen i omklædningsrummet og på banen, og alle forsøger så godt som muligt at gøre en forskel. Det er det, jeg kan sige.
Men kan du godt føle, at der ligger også et ansvar på dig, i og med, at du er en af dem, der har været her efterhånden i længst tid? Du er dansker, har måske lidt mere den der sådan, forståelse for, hvad Brøndby er i en nutidig og en historisk kontekst.
Ja, det føler jeg. Og det er jeg også stolt af, og kan man sige, stolt af den, er det rigtigt ord i den kontekst, men jeg er glad for at have et ekstra ansvar, og jeg er enig i, at jeg sammen med et par stykker, et par flere, er lidt måske tættere på klubben og fansene, og forstår alting lidt mere. Så på den måde bærer jeg et større ansvar sammen med nogle andre. Jeg synes alle tager godt del i det.
Ja. Hvad betyder det, at I kan gå ind til en kamp i weekenden, hvor I for en gang skyld ikke er favoritter? Jeg ved ikke, hvad det kommer til at betyde på banen, men jeg
tænker måske Midtjyllands tilgang kan være lidt anderledes end nogle af de hold, vi har mødt. Og de vil gerne spille aggressivt og op i noget højt pres og noget mand-mand. Ja, der håber jeg, vi kan gøre det svært for dem.
Men kan det tage noget pres af jeres skulder?
Det ved jeg ikke, om det kan. Jeg tænker, målet er det samme, at få så mange point som muligt derovre. Og vi skal også snart til at have en sejr. Så jeg tænker, presset er det samme generelt, men måske den her kamp er der flere, som tror på Midtjylland. Og det ændrer selvfølgelig lidt, men vi går efter at vinde.
Nicolai, jeg har ikke lagt skjul på, at de selvfølgelig er utilfredse med, at I ikke har scoret flere mål i de her første 3 kampe. Jeg tror, hvis man kigger lidt data på det, så er det under 1 XG i snit i de her 3 kampe. Hvad er sådan din egen forklaring også med din position i offensiven på, at det ikke er blevet til mere offensivt?
En blanding af for lidt skarphed, når muligheden har budt sig. Jeg synes, nu har vi også kigget på lidt ting, og jeg har kigget på nogle klip, og jeg synes, der har været gode muligheder for at gøre chancerne bedre for os selv, og dem har vi ikke været gode nok til at gribe, når de har budt sig. Så jo, det er en del af planen.
Der er også kommet mange nye ansigter ind, især i offensiven, og der har været talt rigtig meget om det. Kan man også godt mærke nu her, hvor sæsonen er ved at gå rigtig i gang igen, at udskiftningen har været stor med de forbindelser, der skal ske helt fremme mellem spillerne?
Jamen, selvfølgelig kan man mærke, at vi er mange nye spillere, mange nye, som skal lære hinanden at kende og have bygget nogle relationer op. Det kan man godt mærke, men vi skal alle sammen være bedre, når det er sagt. Jeg synes også, på træningsbanen, at vi viser, at vi kan lave mål og spille flot fodbold, så det, jeg glæder mig til, at vi kan vise det.
Så det er ikke fordi, du føler, at kvaliteten er dalet?
Nej, jeg synes ikke, kvaliteten er dalet overhovedet. Jeg synes, tværtimod synes jeg, at vi har flere muligheder og flere forskellige slags fodboldspillere, som har meget kvalitet. Og det er også, tænker derfor, vi er, eller jeg er så positiv, at vi også kan se det hver dag på træningsbanen.
Hvad har det betydet, at de har måttet sige farvel til nogle af Narsi for jeres offensiv?
Det har betydet meget, kan man sige. Altså, hvis jeg tænker mange kampe, mange af de sejre, vi har fået, har han gjort en forskel med et enkelt mål eller noget andet. Så jo, vi har selvfølgelig mistet en rigtig dygtig spiller, som kunne gøre noget på egen hånd. Jeg synes så ofte før, man har set, at nogle andre har steppet op i det fravær, og jeg er heller ikke i tvivl om, at det kommer til at ske.
Nu talte vi om op til kampen mod Sønderjyske, din position endte med udgangspunkt i venstre og udgangspunkt i den centrale. Nu startede du ind centralt sidste gang. Jeg ved godt, det igen med at blive verdens bedste kamp, men hvordan føler du dig tilpas derinde på Noras gamle position, må så sige?
Jo, men det passer mig godt, synes jeg. Og jeg kan godt lide at spille centralt, uanset om jeg spiller kant eller tier. Så tænker jeg, det er derinde, jeg helst vil være. Så jo, jeg er nødt at spille derinde. Ja.
Noget helt andet, så har du nogle tidligere holdkammerater, der i tirsdags var med til at skabe måske det største skandinaviske mirakel i nyere tid ved at slå Inter ud af Champions League. Hvordan har det været for dig at følge?
Det er godt gået. Altså, de klarer det godt, og de bliver ved med at overraske. Så jo, jeg er glad på deres vegne. Så ja, det bliver spændende. Ja, jeg tænker også, Klynge, han har ikke spillet så meget. Okay. Men jo, jeg er meget glad på Håkons vegne. Han er en god fyr, og fedt at se ham og Klynge få succes.
Der har ikke været nogen dialog, en sms eller noget, der bliver blevet sendt efterfølgende?
Jeg læste et interview, han har lavet, og så skrev vi lidt sammen. Jo, mig og Håkon, vi havde det godt sammen. Og ja, som jeg siger, så er det fedt at se ham have succes.
Nå, Daniel, Midtjylland på udebane, de er godt kørende i lidt mere hakne. Får du nogen indflydelse på den kamp, der skal spilles på søndag, tror du?
Nej, vi skal bruge, udover de 3 point, vi kan vinde, så tror jeg, vi kan vinde meget mere med os selv også, hvis vi går og vinder den kamp. Så det er en vigtig kamp for os, både for at komme ud af den her periode, vi er lige nu, og så også for at vise, at det kan vi også godt.
Du kommer jo ind for første gang i 26 i mandags, og leveret et godt indhop, så altså, føler du, at du har bragt dig selv i en position til at starte inden i landet?
Det ved jeg ikke, hvor godt det var, men ja, altså, jeg forsøger i hverdagen at gøre mit bedste at hjælpe holdet. Om jeg så kommer ind eller ikke spiller, så prøver jeg på det bedste vis at hjælpe til. Alle vil gerne spille, inklusive mig selv. Så det er det, vi kæmper for i hverdagen, så vi må se, hvad Steve vælger til på søndag.
Har det været mærkeligt egentlig ikke at spille mere som anfører?
Nej, det er jo, altså, man vil jo gerne spille fodbold, det er ligesom derfor, man er her, og det vil jeg jo også, ligesom alle mine holdkammerater også vil det. Det er en periode i livet og i min karriere, man skal igennem, og det er jeg igennem lige nu, og det gælder om at holde hovedet koldt, fordi jeg er sikker på, at der nok skal vinde noget på den anden side.
Ja, hvordan leder man så ellers?
Hvad siger du?
Hvordan leder man så ellers, når det ikke
er men der er mange ting, man kan tage fat i hverdagen, og specielt i den periode, vi er i lige nu, og være med til at samle holdet og ude på træningsbanen, og være en stemme derude også og hjælpe til.
Der var et kæmpe jubelbrøl, da du blev skiftet ind i mandags. Lagde du selv mærke til det, da du stod?
Ja, jeg lagde godt mærke til det, og det rører mig rigtig meget, og det er jo en kærlighed, der betyder rigtig, rigtig meget for mig. Jeg elsker løben på det stadion, og så den lagde jeg mærke til, og ja, det betød rigtig, rigtig meget for mig at få sådan et brøl fra fansene. Det betyder, at man har gjort et eller andet rigtigt.
Du har jo været med i gamet mange år, og har sikkert også prøvet at være igennem svære tider før. Altså, hvordan kan du med din erfaring hjælpe holdet gennem den her periode?
Ja, hvordan kan man hjælpe? Men det er jo en holdpræstation, vi skal igennem, og det er derfor, vi skal være bedre til at rykke os sammen i bussen og se fremad og ikke se tilbage. Fordi der venter mere af os, og vi har for mange nye spillere, og selvfølgelig er der også en tilvændingsperiode og sådan nogle ting, der vi skal igennem, og de nye spillere skal igennem og sådan nogle ting. Men jeg er sikker på, at der nok skal vende noget på den lange bane og på den anden side.
Ja, nu hvor sæsonen er startet rigtigt sådan op igen, hvordan har det så været at opleve indenfra den her udskiftning, der har været over det?
Jo, men det er jo sådan, det er. Det er jo nok heller ikke første eller sidste gang, at det kommer til at ske. Og det er sådan, det er, der går en masse nye spillere ind, og som Steve gerne vil have, og det er jo sådan, det er. Og så skal vi være med til at hjælpe dem godt på vej, og forhåbentlig få til at præstere bedst muligt for den her klub.
Har udskiftningen været for stor?
Det er ikke mig, der skal svare på det. Men al kvalitet i den her klub er velkommen, og jeg synes, vi har rigtig, rigtig meget kvalitet.
Jeg bliver nødt til at spørge din fremtid efter sommerferien. Noget lidt om den?
Nej.
Nej. Det er kort.
Ja, der er ikke så meget at fortælle, så nej, det er der ikke. Okay. Jeg svarer på dit spørgsmål.
Ja.
Tak.
Tak.
You got us about him? Oh. Hey, you look like you're actually.
Steve, I noticed that 3 players was absent today on the pitch: Villadsen, Sau, and Dennis.
Villa's become a dad, so great news, and for him and his family, and I believe through speaking to him on message, everything is fine, so that's good. Family always comes first, and health and well-being. So big congratulations to him. I'll let him talk more about it when he's back in front of you guys, but it's a fair reason for him not to be in training. Hopefully he's back with us tomorrow. That's what he says, but that's up to him on when he comes back. Usman and Dennis have picked up injuries. Obviously, Usman was not quite right for to start the game on Monday, and it was a risk really putting him on. But he wanted to make himself available, and then we used him because we needed to try and get something from an attacking sense in the game. But he's still struggling with his ankle, and Dennis has picked up something in his thigh that we're still settling down. So whether they're involved on the weekend, I'm not too sure. Hopefully. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so that goes for all of them, actually, because it's Villa's call if he's going to be back.
Yeah, different reasons, obviously, but yeah, I'm never going to force anything on a player for that. on your message, you said you'll see me Friday. But it's absolutely on him, or up to him, I should say.
But Pøller is
Mats.
Is he ready for Sunday, or a little bit too early for him?
We'll see, because we need to see the availability of the other guys, to be honest. I mean, what I'd say about Mats, he's really fit. He's a real physical guy, and he's always does everything perfect in terms of his attitude, whether it's rehab, whether it's training, whether it's recovery. He's the ultimate professional, to be honest. So he will always be in peak condition. And sometimes when a player can return from injury after 6 weeks, you have to be a little bit cautious, and with some you can be less cautious. I hope that doesn't backfire. But Mats it was only his first session today, full, and it's only match day -3. But he looked normal, and let's see. I have to weigh everything up with the other guys, to be fair, to see who we have available.
Steve, after the latest game, Nicolai Vallys went on and said that he could understand if it was uninspiring to see Brøndby's performance, especially in the offense.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you agree with him?
Yeah, we do, and we're all like, there's no separation between myself, the staff, and the players. We're very much together, and we're talking about it constantly, because we know we're miles better than what we're showing in the top end of the pitch. So it's a frustration for us all. I repeat, we're together on it, we're owning it, we're discussing it, we're looking at it, we're analysing it, we're training it, and but we've got to deliver. We've got to deliver, and in the end, I know Jonas was just talking to me about like training and how well we train and how hard we train and things like that. But that's with the idea that you take it into games, and we've just not been able to.
And what's the explanation
to do that? So I think it's a mentality thing in the top end of the pitch. We need to take more risks. We need to attack with more desire and belief and personality to like go and make mistakes, trying things. Don't like if we get the ball in and around the box. We don't want backwards passes. We don't want the ball to end up back with the centre backs. We want it to end up in the box and winning more set pieces or creating more chances and all of these things that makes a team exciting, which we're not at the moment. So. I don't like it, of course, and the players don't like it, but I'd be more worried if I didn't think that the potential was there, or the capability is there, or the ability. We have all of them things, and we definitely have the will as well, but we've just got to go and show it now.
Yeah, because can it also be like the more minutes you play without scoring the goal, that the players overthink it a little bit?
I think that can happen, Nana, definitely. Momentum can change in one instance. You can score a great goal or any goal, and things just change. You go from one track onto another, and we got to make that happen. We got to make that happen. So, it's a stigma, I would imagine, at the moment, and it's a talking point. But as I said, all of these things just create a real good opportunity for us to go and show what we want to be and who we want to be. Nobody wants to talk about our defending, but we defending in a good way at the moment, and only conceded one goal, and after 90 seconds of Viborg through a really poor start. But but we want to be a good defensive unit so that we can attack more. We are giving ourselves the opportunity to do that, but once we get to the final third, that's the bit that's letting us down. And it's just the attackers. It's not it's everybody, because. We want attacking full-backs. We want midfield players to join in attacks and get in the box. We want centre-backs to be as close to the attacks as possible. All of them things we're really clear on, but we just need to deliver it a little bit better. But we need to play with... We need the talent to take over a bit more at the top end of the pitch, because we definitely have it, but we got to show it more.
A lot of new guys has obviously come in throughout the winter, Steve. Do you think now, when the season is now starting to get settled again, that the change has maybe been too big?
No, I think that I can see why that could be questioned today and on Monday or things like that. But everything that we're implementing at the club or changing at the club, the stuff that you see the games and results and performances. I know you see a little bit of training as well. And that's always the biggest judgment area, and it always should be. But there's more changes going on that people don't know about behind, and I'm so confident that everything that we're putting in place is going to serve us really well for the future, to be a real serious team in terms of competing. But while you're doing that, you've got to win more games than what we're doing at the moment, and you've got to play better in the final third than what we're doing now. And while that's not happening, spotlight has to go on me. I don't want it to go on. It doesn't need to go on anybody else. But I'm really, really confident and content that what we're installing here is going to really set us up for success going forward. So I'm really excited about that. Well, frustrated when the moment doesn't go as we want, the present doesn't go what we want. But I've so much belief in what we're doing and where we're going to take it.
Now Midtjylland on Sunday, difficult match. But what is most important for you right now? Better performances or results, points?
We need both. I'll take an ugly win, definitely. But what we want is us to be a winning team in our way. And that's not what we're doing at the moment. So, and obviously that can't last forever. So, we want both now. You know, we want both. We want to be playing much more exciting, attacking football than what we're doing. I repeat, in the final third, resulting in us winning games. You know, so we're striving for both. We're desperate for both. I am happy. I've always been happy with the lads in terms of their engagement in training and off the pitch and the plans, and nobody's hiding from this, because we have to start delivering now on match days, and I see a real motivation, and I say this in a positive way, like anger towards, we should be doing better than what we're doing, and like I said, I don't like that, we haven't scored, and all of these metrics, you look around now in attacking sense and nowhere near where they should be. But I'd be more worried if I didn't think we were capable, and we are. We have the talent, we have the ability, we have the players, we have the plan. We've just got to put it together now, and make it look like what we want to look, which hasn't been at the moment, and that's on me. But I'm pretty certain that when we turn that corner, we can be a really strong team.
When do you expect to turn that corner, Steve?
Well, I hope every day. I hope Sunday. That's and I hope, I expect as well, because it can't be an excuse. And I am not saying this. I've never once said it's an excuse. It might be a reason, and there should be some understanding around that. But I still think like we've got good players, and we can have individual moments and things like that. So I expect it every day. But I also understand that things, can look like they're taking a bit longer than what they should. But I go back to knowing that where I really feel we'll end up, I think we can look back on a sticky spell and go, that was really important.
You've stated before that obviously Superliga is a strong league. The last 3 results were against teams who's not competing at the absolute
the last
top.
5.
Do you understand why some may say that you have underestimated the Superliga? I
have not underestimated it. No, not one bit. No, not one bit. I've said openly that this league is good. I think it is underestimated outside of Denmark. I've said that publicly, but I've definitely not underestimated it. I've found it a really good challenge. I've said openly each team's play with a really good way, unique way. Good players, good coaches, good different environments and things like that. So no, I wouldn't underestimate anybody anyway, because I don't think that's what coaching is. But I find this league exciting, and even the format of it now with the top 6 and the split and all that sort of stuff is really interesting, and trying to understand it for the first time. Now this is a good league, and I don't like that if somebody said I underestimate, because I've never said that.
You're playing FC Midtjylland on Sunday away from home. Mike Tulberg took over the team almost at the same point.
Yeah, I remember. I went to the game. Nordsjælland.
I just want to hear, what is your impression on Mike Tulberg as a coach?
Well, obviously the proof is always in the team, and you can see how well they're playing, not just domestically here in Superliga, but also in Europe as well. So the proof is always in that, and they play in a clear, distinctive way, and they have good players, and I know that's something they've been building for a while, and Mike's obviously fitted in and continued it, and even I think improved it. So for us on Sunday, it's well, for anybody really, this and AGF away from home will be the toughest game because of what they're doing and how they're playing. So that's what we're going up against on Sunday. But it's one that we need to thrive in. We need to thrive on the opportunity of what we can achieve there, and that's where our mentality needs to be. So, of course, you know, I said this will be one of the toughest games, but we got to think about what we want to do. You know, one, because I want us to be that club anyway, and two, because of some of the things that we need to do better at.
You've probably been in situations like this before in your former clubs. Are there any periods previously in your career that you can use now that had similarities to?
Yeah, I think as a head coach, you should never get too high and never get too low. And you know, we all have periods, and I know I have of excessive praise, which is wrong, and also excessive criticism as well, which could also be wrong. And I never pay attention to either, to be honest, because you have to control the controllables and focus on what you're in control of, and that's what I do. So I would say this is probably the first period where I never say my team, but I'm going to say my team has not been attacking and scored goals. When we were survival at the bottom of the Premier League as a newly promoted team, you're not renowned for scoring loads of goals, so I can accept it there. But you know, championship work in England and all that sort of stuff is you know, where teams have been exciting and things like that. So yeah, that's a new one for me. This is a new one for me, but again, it adds to the challenge and the motivation of getting to where we want to get to. So you know, we've gone from a period before the break of obviously not the last games, of where every time we got in around the box we looked like we were going to score, to being the opposite now, and we've got to get back to that. So but as I said before, it's a brilliant challenge. I really like the excitement of what this job can be and what this team can be, and the process and the progress of getting there, because when it happens, you know, I know it's going to be really good, but we just got to make that happen. All right, any more?
You're struggling a bit creating changes through the middle. Has that been a focus?
Yeah. I think that I can't remember Ross. Viaplay said about not quite seeing the patterns centrally or wide, and that's true. And I take all of that. You know, I think we want to be able to do both. We need to know how, when we're wide, what do our attacks, or how can they look like, and both centrally as well. And in the end, you attack in three ways before a final action. It's 1v1, it's running and passing in behind, and combination. And you have to think about the patterns of how then things can take place, because the players need to make the decisions on what they use and how they go about it. And I would say that centrally we need to do more as well. But wide's the same, and that's the challenge. That's the challenge, and we're not going to shy away from anything. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm not going to disagree with the right criticism. You know, but we've got to believe in what we're doing. We do believe in what we're doing, and we just need a moment, whether it be a good performance and result, whether it be an action that I know can quickly get us on the track that we will get on. But we need to make that happen.
Daniel came on against the Søndag. How do you see his, taking steps towards getting even more playing time?
Yeah, I treat him the same as everybody else. I know he's always a topical conversation, and we talk about that ourselves as well. Me and
he's
him,
the captain.
Exactly, because he's the captain, and a very experienced player, and history, behind his an amazing career and all that sort of stuff. So I understand that, but. First and foremost, we're very together in terms of trying to change, the momentum and the results. He will be, as frustrated as anybody. In terms of me and him and his own situation of minutes, he knows every decision I make, because I talk to him about it. We have a strong head coach captain relationship. I'm sure he's not agreeing with everything, but that's fine. But we see the same Daniel, whether he's starting games or not involved in games, we still see him the next day training, giving everything, and that's all you can ask for.